There are only a handful of players actually challenging Xiaomi in the budget segment, and Realme is among the better ones. The company's answer to the Redmi Note 7, not the Redmi Note 7 Pro but the regular Note 7, is the Realme 3. And this Helio P70 powered phone has been a daily driver for the last week, which has helped us evaluate whether this is a good buy for average consumers or not. So let's not beat around the bush and straight away get into our Realme 3 review. The Realme 3 is a trendy phone that has been crafted for the youth, and by trendy we mean there's a water drop notch at the front and a gradient finish on the back, both of which are becoming increasingly common these days. We like that the Realme 3's gradient finish isn't overly flashy and it should work well for all age groups, but the glossy plastic back feels really cheap to touch. Of course, the touch doesn't matter as much once you put the phone in a case, or maybe it still does. The handset also feels a bit chunky, but that's expected considering a massive 40 to 30 mAh battery inside. And talking about the display, it's protected by Gorilla Glass 3 and bezels are reasonable all around. The resolution is just HD+, and since we are used to much sharper screens, we can notice the difference. We're guessing many consumers might not mind the sharpness as is, and other than that, the outdoor visibility is subpar as well. So overall, Realme is cutting corners with the display. Now let's talk about the performance. The Realme 3 is powered by MediaTek's octa-core Helio P70 mobile platform, and until Helio P90 makes it to real-world phones, this is the best MediaTek has to offer. I know the Snapdragon 660 has a nice ring to it, but the Helio P70 isn't bad at all, at least not as far as the raw performance is concerned. I mean, it's the same chipset that Oppo gives on a 25,000 rupees phone. As for the Realme 3, we have tested the 4GB RAM and 64GB storage variant, and we were impressed. PUBG works well on medium settings, we didn't have any problem playing games like Mortal Kombat or Asphalt 8, apps open quickly, and multitasking is mostly smooth. Overall, the Realme 3 is a reliable performer for moderate to heavy users and a good pick for gamers on a budget. That's not exactly how we feel about the software though. Realme runs ColorOS 6.0, which is the latest version of ColorOS, and the default launcher now has an app drawer. There are numerous big and small improvements, but in general ColorOS still doesn't have those premium vibes, and the interface still has a plethora of customization options, and yes, there are a number of pre-installed apps, but the good news is that you can delete most of these. It must be mentioned that Realme 3 comes with its bootloader unlocked, and all advanced users will hopefully be able to root and flash custom ROMs after a while. Talking about the camera specs, the Realme 3 has a 13MP primary rear camera accompanied by a 2MP depth sensor, and on the front there's a 13MP selfie camera with f2.0 aperture, and the camera software includes the usual set apart from some extras like portrait mode, panorama, nightscape, and chroma boost mode. So the chroma boost mode is new and it's kind of interesting. This mode is supposed to churn out social media ready shots, and though the processing takes a tad longer, it does seem to work. And the other good news is Realme 3 comes with Camera 2 API supported by default, which is to say that you can easily download or sideload Google's Pixel camera app on the phone, and it does improve image quality. As you can check from the samples, Google camera delivers better details and better metering. The selfies tend to be a little too polished and lose some details in the process. However, in good lighting scenarios, the phone is capable of taking bright, vivid shots with good details and balanced exposures. On the video front, Realme 3 can record 1080p Full HD videos and 720p slow motion videos at 90fps. So overall, considering the price range, the camera experience on the Realme 3 is pretty good. As for the battery backup, the 40 to 30 mAh battery on the Realme 3 should endure for more than a day for most users. We were burned by the lack of fast charging support, but since our unit's fuel fared well during the day, we hardly felt an urge to charge. As far as the connectivity options go, it brings all the basics to the table. We had a smooth experience with voice calls, dual VoLTE works, data speeds were fine, but there's no dual band Wi-Fi support. So to sum it up, the USP of the Realme 3 has to be its gaming and camera performance. Other things to look forward to include its long-lasting battery, elegant looks, and a dedicated card slot. So if you have a tight budget and want a decent smartphone, this could be your pick. The other option right now is Xiaomi's new Note 7, but it costs a couple of thousand more, which could be a significant gap in this segment. So before we sign off, here are a few Realme 3 pros and cons. So the pros include excellent performance, great cameras, dedicated card slot, and trendy design. Cons include lack of dual band Wi-Fi, there's no HD streaming, and the display could have been better. If you liked the video, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel just so you don't miss the next one. Thank you guys, thank you for watching.